I'll be so happy to get this thing finished. Can you believe I'm still working on this? And my kid smashed this thing up back in December 19th, I think it was, when we had it towed here. I've been tinkering on it just a little bit at a time ever since, but today I finally got, well, actually yesterday I finally got motivated and let's get it done. So I gotta go back to Home Depot and get one bolt, one more bolt attached for the shock absorber. Put this caliper on, something doesn't seem right about it. I guess that's the way it's supposed to sit. This and the junkyard that sold me this steering knuckle, they snapped off the screw right there that this is supposed to sit in. So I'm not sure what to do about that. And I can't find the clip that's supposed to hold that part on. Everything else is looking kind of snug. Those things for the caster and camber, I mean, I don't have an alignment machine, so those are all new bolts and stuff like that. They'll have to take it to an alignment shop or something like that, and that's only after the frame gets straightened. See how it's got that kink in it? So this is actually back by about 2.5 inches, something like that. So I told my son, you ain't really going to be able to drive it on the highway, that's for sure. You're going to wear out your tires. And we'll find out how it is to be steering it. Put a new one of them on. I mean, even though he broke the steering knuckle, only a bunch of other parts had to be replaced because they were just so incredibly worn or damaged. Like this thing actually got bent a little bit. And it didn't have a grease fitting on it to begin with. So it looks like the grease worms got to it. Anyway, so I got a pretty grease gun on that. It'll meet the same fate, I think. Well, this part I got from the junkyard also, but at least this part they didn't snap the screw off, because I told them, I go, you know, the part that you bought I got last time from you. Well, they were like, well, they're as is, as shown. So I guess it's my fault for missing that when they brought it to the counter. It wasn't a self-serve junkyard, which are the better ones. Those I got it from a over-the-counter type of junkyard. Don't go to those. You can't select your own part. I know it's easier. It's a little bit more expensive. I'll be happy just to get it rolling, because it's been sitting here for half a year on cinder blocks. I think he needs a mirror too. I mean, he smashed up the fender, the door, quarter panel. Kids. I don't think he wants to replace the plastic fender liner, but I told him he actually should, because it'll keep the mud and gunk and all that from getting sprayed on the engine. But we gotta learn the hard way, don't we? You know, you get all that sprayed on the engine, you know, then it might interfere with. Hey, you know what? Me and my wife will be just glad to get him out of that. out of the forward edge right there. Guess he's been driving that to work. That thing needs all kinds of work. I kind of want to sell it. It's got 330,000 miles on it. 350, something like that. Just some outrageous number, that's all I know. It's a 2010. Fairly well maintained, believe it or not. That's because it's the wife's car. So it has to be maintained to a much higher standard than anything I use, which doesn't sound, sounds kind of counterintuitive. Because, you know, my trucks are my money maker. So you actually need to keep them running good too. But when it comes between me or the wife, well, then the wife runs out, as her needs are superior to mine. Can't have the wife or a girlfriend breaking down on the roadway. A quick run to Home Depot, and I got a couple of bolts here for the bottom of the shock absorber, and hopefully we can get out of here and put it all together. You for the Home Depot. Alright, so basically time to put most of the tools away, except for the one that for the lug nuts. I don't know what that is. That wheel's only been off for like the past 6 months, since January, or actually since a couple days before Christmas. That's a long time, King. Yeah, I know, right? I'll be happy to get these cinder blocks out from under here and at least get it mobile. I'll hurry this up a little bit, because my best friend, childhood friend, they live in the city, and I guess they sold the house, so there's a bunch of junky old furniture and stuff like that that me and my daughter were going to rent a U-Haul, and we're going to get the junk out of the house there. He's going to pay me too. Let's see. These are always a struggle for me to get on. These larger wheels. Anything bigger than like a 15-inch. So this is a new hub, and what I should actually be using is anti-seize on the threads, but we're not. We're not, because we don't have any handy right now. But I have this So it's better than nothing, and it works pretty good. So I really don't anticipate too much trouble. Snugging them up a little bit and tightening them. I don't know. I guess I could use the power tool. I'll use that to torque them on. And now to torque them out a bit. I'm sorry if I blew out your eardrums if you're using your headphones. I forgot about that when I was making the video. I finally let this thing down on solid ground. Right? Dang. Okay, well, over the last several months, the battery has gone dead. So I ain't gonna start. Maybe it will. Oh, wow. It's really dead.